I'm watching the game on Sunday, and I was about this close to giving up on Kenny Pickett, like so close. I'm like, oh, he's not that accurate. His arm's not that big, and he's not really moving as good as I thought he would. But then I took a breath, right, and I realized that there's still so much time, first of all. And then I also realized, I looked at the stat, he's like top 5 in the league right now against the blitz. He's completing like 68% of his throws. Against the blitz, I think it's even higher. I think it's like 72. So there's some special there. Like that's a Mahomes stat. Like I'm not talking he's Mahomes, but like that's kind of a Mahomes stat, right? The good ones are really good against the blitz. So that's good to see. I also realized that he might be dealing with the biggest bozo I've ever seen in the entire world of football. And it like makes me sick to even utter his name, Matt Canada. Like I like cringe. And it's because there's no, first of all, there's no rhythm, there's no common sense to the Steelers offense. That's what bugs me, right? Steelers come out with a great first half. They put up 20 in the first half. Right? So just people were like, oh, 20. Like Mahomes can put up 20 in like 5 minutes, right? Put into perspective for this Steelers team. That's more than or equal to the full game totals for 8 of the 9 first games of the season. Oh, and by the one, by the way, the one that they went above 20, they got 23 points. Oh, hey, look out, right? Look out. In one half, they got what we've gotten the entire game, 8 of the 9 first weeks. So how does Matt Canada respond, right? Going to half, we're feeling great. Best half of the year, best damn near game of the year, and it's only halfway done, right? How do we respond? By doing the exact opposite thing that worked. Najee was running fantastic off left tackle. You know the play where he actually hurtled into the end zone? Just a normal off tackle play to the left. Second half, they came out, they were like, let's run an inside zone. Let's run an inside zone. Right, they're running really good out of 11 personnel, 1 tight end, 1 back. Running really good out of that in the first half. No, we're going to go to 12 and 10 personnel for most of the second half. Makes sense. Did not work a lick. Shocker. Right, Kenny Pickett, 14 for 19 first half, 141 a tutty, which he only had like 2 of the previous 5-6 games. Second half, 5 for 16, 47 yards, no touchdowns. So I'll give Canada a little bit of credit saying, the initial game plan, pretty decent. But anybody that can just go in a film room, watch a bunch of film, has been around football for more than like a year, can make a good 15 to 20 plays. That's very possible. Can scheme a really good first quarter to a first half. Almost every coach in the league can do that, all the way down from assistant, water boy coach, all the way up to head coach. Like all of them. If you just give them enough time and some film. But where the actual coaching comes in, where you have to make halftime adjustments, where you have to show a little bit of ad-lib, show a little bit of special, right? We always talk about quarterbacks like ad-libbing. How about a coordinator? Can we get off script a little bit? Can we make things work? Can we dice it up a little bit, right? For example, Andy Reid, Eric Bieniemy. In the red zone, I feel like I see a new play every week. I'm like, oh yeah, we've been working on that for like 5 weeks. And they just don't pull it out because they wait for that exact right time where they have to go a little off script, where they have to go a little haywire. Right? And then they're like, hey, Travis, can you actually roll out to your left and throw? And he's like, sure. And they're like, awesome. We're going to go ahead and do that in the fourth quarter of a divisional game, week 15. And he's like, yeah, I got you. Like, if that happened this season, would it even surprise you? Nope. No. Right? But so, I don't know if it's the play calling duties for, if Canada has the play calling duties, but I mean, there was no rhythm. I mean, not everybody's built to be a play caller, and that's fine, right? It's creative. There's some artistic qualities to it, right? There's some rhythm. There's timing. You have to set things up. There's big shots. It's not easy, right? I'm not trying to say that it's easy, but not everyone's a play caller, and at this point, you have to see that and move off of it, right? So look at. I'll give you another example. Pitt College football is at the game. They played Duke this weekend, right? They won 28-26, right? Pat Narduzzi's a really good coach. I think he's a better recruiter than a coach, but he's a good coach. Coordinator's pretty respected, the OC. They gashed off like 7.5 a carry in the first half against Duke. Could not stop Izzy Abanikanda, the running back, who I think, by the way, is a really good prospect for the draft. But anyway, second half, they handed it off like 7 times. Well, what do you know? Duke ended up within 2 points. It was like a 2-touchdown game almost the whole way. And what do you know? Duke made it close at the end because, they couldn't run the football, and Keaton Slovis is not very good unless it's off-play action, right? Like, people make mistakes. But to sit here and continue to, let the mistakes happen in Pittsburgh, now you're talking big issue. Okay, we see that Matt Canada, he can kind of script a little bit, right? First half isn't terrible. If we can keep that going, beautiful. Kind of figured it out a little bit. Nothing on the back end. No adjustments. No feel for the game. No rhythm. No timing. Okay, that's fine. Make him an assistant coordinator. Make him some assistant position coach where you can still get his input. Because clearly he knows his stuff, right? That's not the problem. But it's the timing and the rhythm and the artistic nature of play calling and play designing in-game and kind of shifting things here. Like you'll see great coaches, they take a play, they take a personnel, and they say, how can we adjust this on the fly, right? This one specific route and this one specific blocking assignment, can we chip here and change this route there to fit this scheme that the defense is trying to play when we are in this personnel, right? There's nothing like that going on for the Steelers. It's a little bit ridiculous at this point. So to sit here and not try to fix it, now that's where it gets crazy, right? It's fine. If Cam is not a good play caller, that's fine. Somebody else do it, please. Please. Gets frustrating.
No, yeah, I think you said it best with, look, I'm not saying that it's an easy thing to do to be an NFL play caller, but it's just not everybody can do it, and he's not the one. So when you see that, you got to be able to move away from that. You got to be able to make an adjustment in the front office. There's got to be a quality control somewhere in that chain reaction that says, okay, come on. He's simply not getting it done.
I agree.
You have weapons like George Pickens. I don't particularly love Deontay Johnson, but he does all right. I mean, you have different options. Yeah, but you have some different. You have Najee Harris out of the backfield.
Fine. Yeah.
So I mean, you have some pieces. You should be scoring more than 20. What you said, the max was 23 on the season so far.
Before this game, which we got 30, but I would say the last 7 were garbage time. So 23 real points. Is our max.
That's absolutely disgusting. But